Okay, let's unpack this. We are jumping into some truly harrowing information today.
Yeah.
A deep dive into the immediate aftermath of a, well, devastating plane crash in India.
And our source material, it's incredibly specific and powerful.
Right.
We're working with excerpts from a YouTube video transcript. It features the only person who survived this crash.
Speaking just moments after, right, from his hospital room.
Exactly. Still right there in the moment.
So our mission with this deep dive is to really understand the raw, terrifying experience of those seconds during and right after the crash.
Through his eyes.
Yeah.
The sole survivor.
Yeah, and the image that anchors the source, it's pretty striking. This video showing the man somehow walking away from the wreckage.
His shirt stained with blood. It's quite a visual.
It really is.
What's so compelling here is getting his direct, unfiltered perspective. Before any official story starts forming, he's there in a hospital bed, still processing the shock, trying to piece together what just happened.
And the details he shares are just incredibly stark.
Yeah.
He talks about realizing the emergency door was already broken.
And his own seat was broken, too.
Right. He's clearly in shock, trying to explain his actions, saying things like, quote, "Then I see the pace a little bit, then I will try to come out." Yeah, that's why.
That fragmented language, it just captures the chaos, doesn't it?
Totally. Sheer instinct taking over in something so catastrophic.
Exactly. But maybe the most crucial and honestly kind of chilling part of his account is the timing.
Yeah.
The timing he describes about the fire and the explosion.
No, absolutely. He's asked directly, wasn't he, if the aircraft caught fire before he managed to get out.
And his answer?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit fire after me, which sounds like...
Like the fire started while he was still inside or just scrambling out.
Right. He saw that initial fire.
But then he adds that absolute critical detail. He says, "I'm out, then blast."
Wow.
Wow.
Just hearing that sequence,
Yeah.
fire before he's fully clear, struggling out, and then this massive catastrophic blast only after he's somehow outside the immediate wreckage.
It just gives you this visceral sense of how narrow that window was.
Incredibly narrow. The whole thing escalated violently, like seconds after he got clear.
It really does. And while we're focusing on his survival, his incredible story, it's essential to place it in the broader context. The source provides that too.
Yes, definitely. This wasn't just one miraculous escape, it was an immense tragedy.
Huge. The source makes it clear 241 people on that plane didn't survive.
And tragically, more lives lost on the ground, too.
Yeah. So you have this one raw, subjective human experience of surviving those first moments.
Juxtaposed with just the sheer scale of loss.
Exactly. The source also mentions the first step of the official investigation starting.
A black box.
They've recovered it.
Right, and they mention investigators are hopeful the flight data recorder will provide objective answers.
Speed, altitude, engine performance, control inputs, all that digital data, hundreds of parameters.
Yeah.
And this is where we can sort of pause and connect this back to you listening.
What does it mean to hear such a raw, immediate account directly from the only survivor?
Yeah, how does this deeply personal memory, maybe fragmented by trauma, sure, but filled with sensory details like seeing a little bit fire and hearing that blast, how does that complement or maybe differ from the objective data?
The numbers and graphs the investigators will pull from the black box.
Exactly.
It's a powerful contrast, isn't it? We've done this quick, but intense deep dive.
Moving from one man's harrowing escape, witnessed in real-time shock,
to the start of the objective data recovery, the long process of understanding how it happened.
So maybe consider this. The fundamental difference between experiencing a moment of disaster, the chaos, the instinct, the terror, the raw senses.
And painstakingly reconstructing it later, through data points, analysis.
What unique truths, maybe truths we can't even fully grasp from data alone about what really happened in those critical seconds, can only be held by the person who lived them.